Mr. President, I rise to talk about a whole series of issues, including unemployment insurance and the minimum wage, issues that are designed to help Americans attain economic mobility, get a fair shot to move up in the way our economy is designed to work. And, Mr. President, for me, the issue is not just inequality, because there will always be some inequality. Fate, luck, health will produce some unequal outcomes. But what I think is great about this country is that while we can see inequality and tolerate some degree of it, what we will not tolerate is people being locked into unequal situations. We want to have a society where people may be born poor or may have an accident, a fate that will have them in a lower economic status, but that they can be able to raise their ceiling and achieve all that they can. I think I can safely say for the vast majority of Virginians would agree with this proposition. No one who works full-time, 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year should live in poverty. No one. No one. But today, someone making the minimum wage earns about $15,000 a year, $3,000 below the poverty level for a family of three. So if you're a single mom with a couple of kids, and so many people are raising children on their own, you work full-time at minimum wage and you're below the poverty level. The minimum wage today is at a historic low. Minimum wage has lost 33% of its buying power since its peak in 1968. If the minimum wage in '68 had just kept pace with inflation, it would be $10.71 per hour today, not in the $7 range, under the bill that's currently pending on the Senate and before the Senate. Been reported out of the Help Committee, and we'll take it up soon. More than half of those who will receive a raise are women. The vast majority are adult workers. Over 14 million American children have a parent who will receive a raise if we increase the minimum wage. The Minimum Wage Fairness Act will boost the minimum wage to about $21,000, lifting families above the poverty line. In total, get this, the bill that we will hopefully debate and vote on soon is estimated to lift nearly 7 million Americans out of poverty above the poverty level. What could we do as we debate here that would have more effect on people's lives than lift 7 million people above the poverty level, which we would do if we passed this bill? Increasing the minimum wage to $10.10 an hour will increase GDP by nearly $22 billion as workers spend their raises in local businesses and communities. In Virginia, about 744,000 of my fellow citizens will receive a raise. Yesterday, I visited a supermarket just across the Potomac in Alexandria. It's called Mom's Market. They have 11 locations in the D.C. metropolitan area and Philadelphia. They're contemplating opening up another store in New York City. I met with the owner, Scott Nash, and I talked to his employees. Mr. President, I'd go ask, how long you worked here? 7 years, 8 years, 10 years. They've made it a practice to pay their employees a $10 minimum wage now, and they are going to increase it, and they fully support the bill currently pending before the Senate to increase the minimum wage. What we need to do, Mr. President, is pretty simple. What you and I both did with so many others in this chamber when we were governors is try to give individuals the tools to create their own opportunity, to create their own mobility, and also take the steps that we can when there are barriers or structures in the way